it's a rubbish. It's a trash talk. It's a rubbish. It's not. For me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For me, because I know it was dirty punch.
Heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk has aimed shots at Daniel Dubois and called him a dirty trash talker rather than an actual fighter. In the most recent interview, Oleksandr Usyk stated that Daniel Dubois doesn't surprise him at all since he is working towards a higher goal. He admitted that Daniel has come a long way since their first encounter, but promises to shut him up in the second fight.
I'm not surprised because this guy work. When Anthony Joshua, Horgovic, Jared Miller, yeah, the boxing.
Yeah.
The boxing, Daniel work. It's great.
Additionally, Usyk talked about the controversial blow landed by Daniel Dubois in the first fight and claimed that he isn't worried about Daniel claiming that it wasn't a low blow, as the next fight will reveal his weakness. He added that Dubois and his team tried to justify their mistakes by putting the blame of the low blow on him, but they failed badly.
Now, for me, it's in the past. I have live today and the present. For me, it's present. Enough.
Is Dimitri, is he part of the, you spoken about, is he part of the 4 versus 4?
Listen,
Yeah.
Last time my fat was как синяк, wet, как-то там.
I had body marks.
Yeah, body marks. I have body marks. Like this. I say, oh my God, look. Yeah, you see, yeah?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
video. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Daniel Dubois was still furious at Oleksandr for his controversial win in the first fight, so he shoved Usyk in their first ever face-off in a long time. Moreover, building on his thoughts about the low blow in the first fight, Usyk once again reiterated that the fight is in the past and the next fight will be different. He commented that he is only worried about the next fight and he will finally shut up Dubois.
Oleksandr Usyk knows that that was not a low blow.
What do you mean?
He says that it was a good body shot.
Yeah, I know. Listen, it was in the past. Now I have new fight. I live now. It's a present. I don't know what's going on in the future. I don't know. It's not only Jesus. For me, it doesn't matter what was in the past because it's in the past. Bye bye. Thank you so much. You was great today. Listen, this punch was bad.
Furthermore, Usyk mentioned that the referee is the one who decides which punch is a low blow and which one is a body shot. He added that Dubois lost the fight fair and square, so he can't claim that the referee was on his side all along.
It's not my problem. A referee makes situation like this. It's not referee, okay, thank you. Daniel say, hey, I win. Bro, you not win. Win me. Okay? We have a new fight. Doesn't matter. Just wait.
Adding more fuel to the fire, another interviewer asked Usyk and Daniel Dubois the same question while they were seated together. Dubois surprisingly claimed that his punch was to the body, but Usyk was adamant that the punch landed in the groin area, which caused him excruciating pain.
I've been punched in the stomach by sparring partners and I've been kicked in the groin by ex-girlfriends. When you got hit around that area, what did it feel like?
Це було боляче, it was pain.
The pain that makes you sick in the groin, or the pain that makes you gasp in the belly?
You know, like a punch and like a seed, and like a up, down.
But it was a body shot. It was a body shot.
Okay, bro.
That was clear.
It was in the past. Okay, body shot. Body shot,
Yep.
bro. What is body
Body
shot?
shot, man.
Like a body shot.
I'll
body
show
shot.
you again.
Body shot. It's
I'll
like
show you
this. It's
again.
not this.
That wasn't there. You didn't go like that.
Adding to this debate, Daniel continued to suggest that the blow was to the stomach, but Usyk denied all of his claims and said that the fight was in the past. He added that Dubois should prepare for the next fight and should refrain from doing the same thing twice.
Listen, my friend.
I think one thing
What's
that fans,
going on? This body shot. This body shot. It's not. It's not only one punch. It's not only one. You punch every time. I don't know who you talk to. Punch like both on Usyk. Listen, you boxer. You're not fighter MMA. You boxer, Daniel, world champion. Hey, guy.
Come on.
Smile.
Come on.
and the
Come
point
on.
is that groin protector,
Huh?
like the groin protector,
Huh?
if you push that and hit that, it all moves. So you don't have to punch right on it
Yeah.
to pressure it.
Yeah, bro. Now it's like a story.
Yeah.
It was in the past.
Yeah.
We have now new fight. We have today, present, now. Future, I don't know. In the past, today.
I'm undisputed from Ukraine, Oleksandr Usyk. Usyk.
On the contrary, Tony Bellew, who once fought Usyk himself, talked about the low blow dealt to him by Dubois and suggested that Usyk isn't a cheat. He defended Oleksandr and suggested that Daniel and his team made fuss about their wrongdoings and Usyk did nothing wrong.
You think we're seeing a different Daniel Dubois now, though?
Yeah, no, I do. I do think he's massively improved. I think he came of age against AJ.
Personality-wise, he's looking a bit more.
I just think, you know, against Jarrell Miller, he's shown he can come through tough moments.
True.
Jarrell Miller wasn't active enough, and Jarrell Miller doesn't punch hard enough. He'll come across a completely different skill set from Oleksandr Usyk. You got to remember he's been in there with him already, and we all know what happened last time.
Yes, true.
I don't want to hear this stuff about low blows. It's called a protector for a reason. If you hit a protector, guess what? It's low.
Yeah.
The protector is, as long as the protector's in the right place, where it always is with Usyk, you can do all your video editing you want. I've fought him, I know what he's like. The guy hasn't got a cheating bone in his body. The protector's always on point.
Yeah.
You do rise up in fights through no fault of their own.
Additionally, Bellew mentioned that Usyk is a really tough opponent and it's not easy to get him down unless it was a controversial blow. He added that the referee did an amazing job calling the shot by Dubois a low blow and giving Usyk some time to recover from the shot. Bellew mentioned that the second fight will be another story altogether.
But ultimately, that shot was low. I don't care what anyone says.
I think the ref definitely helped a little bit, didn't he? Gave him that extra time. Even when Usyk was ready to fight, he said, no.
Listen, I also believe that had the referee gone, that's good, he's getting up. He's played the shot.
Yeah, well,
and he's got every right to. Like say, for me, it's low. But if that referee starts counting, he's up. Believe you me, because he ain't staying on the floor for no one.
No, fair
So
point.
I've seen him hit off better body shots.
Yeah.
You know, Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs catched him with an absolute monster of a body shot.
He firmed it.
But he gets up.
Yeah.
Because the boy's got no quit in him.
Similar to Tony's remarks, Spencer Brown laid down his honest thoughts on the Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois rematch. He stated that even though Dubois is a good fighter, he doesn't see him beating Usyk in a rematch since Usyk is a world-class fighter who can beat anyone. He added that Oleksandr is a skilled technician and Dubois won't be able to outbox him no matter how much he claims to have improved over the course of his fight camp.
He's matured, he's punching harder than he's ever punched. Seems to be a different guy. I mean, if you know Daniel Dubois, he's a really lovely fella, big smile on his face, don't speak a lot, but he always shakes your hand and says hello, and a nice guy, but a powerhouse. He can knock buildings down him with his punches. But Usyk's so clever. Usyk's that clever. He's just so clever. You know, though when Tyson fought each other, that was a marriage of minds, wasn't it? That was a marriage of minds, and you know, and everybody thinks he's going to walk through him. Well, nobody's walked through him yet, have they? Have you seen anybody walk through Usyk? Because I haven't.
While Spencer Brown and other pros favor Oleksandr Usyk in the rematch, Spencer Oliver had a different take on the fight and said that Daniel has really grown into a complete fighter. He added that Dubois is a lot more confident going into the fight and knows what he has to do in order to beat Usyk.
What kind of mindset? Daniel Dubois has grown not just as a fighter, but mentally as well. And I think that's the difference, Simon, when you look at, you know, his career performances in recent times and you see the improvements there. That's not just the physicalities that have improved, but the mental state of mind as well. And he truly believes in himself. You know, he knows where he went wrong against Oleksandr Usyk last time. He knows where the fight was won and lost, and they're going to correct that. They've got a great game plan going into this one. The strategy's perfect. If they can execute that, we're in for a serious fight for sure. But he's mentally in a really strong place.
You can also hear from Daniel that he's growing in confidence. He's getting older, getting wiser, and getting more comfortable in front of the media and getting more expressive. So to that point, let's hear from Daniel himself, what he's got to say.
Sharing similar sentiments as Oliver, Daniel Dubois knows what he has to do differently in order to defeat Oleksandr Usyk and is preparing each day to get that job done. He mentioned that he learned his lesson the first time and he will be ready for the shots from Usyk the second time.
Yeah. How do you capitalize on that again if that situation happens again?
Listen, I know what I've got to do differently, and if that happened again, if he gets back up, I'll be ready for him. Whether it's fighting him, making it a brawl, whatever we have to do, we'll be ready for it. Never, you know, just lessons learned in that moment.
One of the things he said there was, if Usyk were to get knocked down and get up again, this time he'd be ready. I mean, why wasn't he, in your mind, ready for that in the first fight?
I think as a heavyweight, he boxed Usyk, I think he was 25 the first time. I can only speak from my experience. At 25, I was a kid. I think heavyweights at 25, Mike Tyson aside, they're all kids. Look at Lennox Lewis at 25, then look at him again at 35. He was twice the size physically.
Building on Spencer Oliver's thoughts, Simon Jordan mentioned the same thing and said that Daniel is in a much better position to fight Usyk since he has dealt with fearsome foes like Anthony Joshua and Filip Hrgovic. He added that Dubois is going to right his wrongs and claim the victory this time.
Because it was a big question, wasn't it? We all watched it. I mean, we watched it when he drops Usyk and all the debate about low blow, whatever else. But there was an opportunity, wasn't there? From when, I know Usyk got a lot of time to compose himself, and the argument was, well, what did the referee do? He gave him far too much time. He was either going to give him the right amount of time, which he didn't, or get him up when he should have got him up. And he did neither. He allowed him to have somewhere in the middle. But there was always this thought process that, okay, Daniel, fly up from the corner and go and deal with him. Now you've got him on the run. I mean, again, I asked the question, I've asked it of Dave, he's given an explanation as to what the maturity of a fighter does. Yeah. Do you think that circle's been properly squared now in Daniel's mind, that looks back on that and thinks, if I know now what I knew then, I'll do it, what I'm going to do next?
Absolutely. He said that himself, you know, that they've been over that. You know, he knows where he went wrong there.
Moreover, Spencer Oliver came back to the question of the low blow dealt by Daniel and shared that Dubois may have lost the motivation to defeat Usyk after his punch was ruled a low blow. He added that Daniel could have pursued the fight with Usyk, but it shattered his confidence, and now he is in a much better mental position than his previous fight.
He sort of derailed in the corner himself. He lost all the motivation in that corner. You know, I think that he was there. He had Oleksandr Usyk right where he needed him. Forget the 4 or 5 minutes that Usyk stayed on the floor. He should have jumped on there and capitalised on that. And he should have stayed on him, and he didn't do that. No, I think that definitely there is some truth in that. I think that was definitely part of the reason. I think that Daniel went into that Oleksandr Usyk fight not believing in himself the way he believes in himself now. And when he was in there, he actually thought, hold a minute, I'm having my little moments in here. But like that was all happening whilst the fight was going on. And that was like, you know, so now he knows it and he's had time to process it, digest it. He now knows how to deliver.
On the other hand, Oleksandr Usyk completely dismissed any claims that Daniel's low blow was justified and said that he always talks rubbish. He mentioned that Dubois and his team only want the show and fame, but their true nature will be revealed in the next fight. During their face-off, Usyk remained confident and even started rapping in his own language to show that he is confident he can win the second fight.
It's brilliant. It's a rubbish. It's a trash talk. It's a rubbish. It's not for me. It doesn't matter. For me, because I know it was a dirty punch. Now, for me, it's in the past.
Це все. Побачення, хлопчики, сили, радості, любові. Слава Україні! Moving on, while Spencer Oliver and Simon Jordan kept on praising Daniel, another fighter by the name of Dave Allen chimed in and said that Daniel's power is unbelievable. He shared that he sparred with Daniel a long time ago and he spanned his head so hard that he couldn't believe that power was coming from an 18-year-old fighter like Dubois.
I sparred Usyk October 2020.
Daniel,
I sparred
not Usyk,
Daniel. July 2016. I was sparring for the Dylan White fight. I did 4 rounds with Joe Joyce, 4 rounds with Fraser Clark, and Rob McCracken said, we've got a young 18-year-old kid here, can you do the last 2 to make up 10? So I thought, sound, get him in. Dan Dubois gets in there, and straight away I look at him, I think, bloody hell, that's not your average 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He hit me with a jab, I swear to God, he snapped my neck so far back I could see my ass. It was mad. He hit me that hard, honestly, my head, and I looked at him, I got through the next 2 rounds, I had to get through him. He was 18 years of age, I had to get through him. I've never been hit that hard by a jab before or after.
Right.
He was just an absolute physical
specimen.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. It was scary. And I do think now, this is caught up now as well.
Right.
So I think he's going to be a dangerous man against Usyk this time.
Speaking in an interview, Allen predicted his winner for the fight backing Dubois as the man to come out victorious. He added, "You know what? I'm calling for a Dubois win. I just think it's about timing, really. Usyk is nearing 40. Physically, he's not a heavyweight. I really don't think he's a heavyweight. He could do cruiserweight still now. Daniel Dubois is getting better all the time. And I think now is the time for Daniel Dubois to beat Usyk." Similar to Dave Allen's remarks, former world champion Barry McGuigan says he would not be at all surprised if big-hitting Daniel Dubois beats Oleksandr Usyk in this summer's undisputed heavyweight title fight. And while McGuigan is still backing the undefeated Ukrainian to win, he expects the 27-year-old Londoner to provide a much sterner test than he did in their first bout in Poland. McGuigan added, "Dubois can knock the house down. He hits so hard. Shane, my son, got him across the line. We went out to Miami. He knocked out Trevor Bryan Jr. to win the WBA regular title in 2022. He is a big, strong, powerful heavyweight, a modern-day heavyweight, 18.5 stone, 6 feet 4 inches, built like the proverbial outhouse. A massive guy and could knock the wall down with a right hand or a left hook." McGuigan, who has helped mentor Dubois' sister Caroline Dubois, acknowledged the significant power difference between former cruiserweight Usyk and the British fighter, who weighed in at almost 18 stone for his stunning knockout victory over Anthony Joshua last September. However, the 64-year-old Irishman McGuigan feels 38-year-old Usyk is too clever to allow Dubois a clean shot. He stated, "When the big guys hit you, you stay hit. I think Usyk, with the experience he's had, has got better. It's a more difficult fight because Usyk has got older and Dubois is still very young. For me, they've gotten closer, so the fight will be closer. If Usyk gets hit clean by Dubois, the fight is over, but he'll not get hit like that. He's too clever." While McGuigan and Dave are rooting for Dubois, Tony Bellew had his hopes high for Usyk. He stated, "I give Daniel all the credit in the world for going back in with him, because if I was offered to go back in with Usyk, I'd run a mile. He's in with a real chance in this fight. I don't think he's going to win, but I give him a big puncher's chance." Britton Dubois, the IBF belt holder and WBA, WBO, and WBC champion Usyk will meet for the second time on 19 July at Wembley Stadium after Usyk's 9th round stoppage victory in August 2023. Do you think Daniel Dubois can win against Oleksandr Usyk? Will Usyk retire after this fight? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below and subscribe for more content like this.